You now predict a model where you can say, this is the kind of dengue wave you're going to get in a year, and these are the number of people who are likely to be very, very badly infected, and therefore we need to have a preparedness model which controls the number of deaths and controls the number of severe hospitalizations.
India is losing a lower limb every 18 to 20 seconds just due to diabetes. The biggest problem a diabetic foot patient is the accessibility to diabetic foot care. And how can we solve this problem? By taking all the diabetic foot evaluation to the patient itself. And that is where the idea of DPOC started.
So our effort has been to increase the farm income by reducing the cost of cultivation. So that we can do by optimizing the provision of all these inputs like water and nutrition.
This is a S&T ecosystem initiative by our Office of Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. And BeST cluster was launched a couple of years ago. Yeah, so the idea was to have a common, formal umbrella of all the S&T stakeholders in that region so that they solve the region-specific problems. They share the ecosystem.
See, there is no lack of problems around us. And then at the same time, I would say there is also no lack of solutions that are available. The problem often is stringing the solutions together in one well-threaded, well-networked system. The cluster primarily is an enabler. It enables solutions to be proposed, implemented for problems that will affect our everyday life. Be it traffic, be it water, be it health. There are so many problems around us that our ecosystem is able to solve. All that needs is getting the dots connected.
So while the BeST cluster definitely aims to be very broad in different areas because there are so many different capabilities are there, we have identified 3 broad areas which are very exciting, but not limited to that. But 3 areas are: one, health, which is very important in terms of how health is all encompassing and comprehensive across humans, animal health, agri and environment. So it's One Health as one thing. The second is digital health, how digital capabilities are impacting health per se, so digital health. And third is agri-tech, how tech is actually making a huge contribution in how agriculture and food security is being taken place. So these are the 3 larger thematic areas, and cluster is building other thematic areas as we speak.
As this One Health cell itself is a very comprehensive approach, and each and every, let's say, stakeholder in the ecosystem is taken on board, and how that stakeholder can be a contributor in the either spread or prevention of any of the aspects of let's say disease. So keeping those things in mind, various stakeholders have come on board, and with the help of them it has been helpful for us to prevent some of the things which we could gauge early, so we were better prepared to mitigate the impact of those things.
And eventually we have mapped all the stakeholders, almost 100 plus stakeholders we have mapped for different cells. There are 5 cells under this One Health. For our future endeavors, we want this to be a model which other cities also can replicate.
The city itself is changing. So for example, some of the work which I'm doing is to look at bats and where bat roosts are, where are bats found, and how does that depend on how much water there is, and so on and so forth.
So what we are trying to optimize is some kind of surveillance protocols which are easy to understand but also follow in the field, which can help you to understand, can you detect the early outbreaks of dengue.
First level of survey happens, and in the survey, an app-based survey will tell us where are the spots where dengue breeding spots are higher. And that lat long of that places will be shared to the people who are doing the spraying activities as the targeted spraying happens.
Yeah, so this DPOC, digital podiatry clinic that we have conceived is going to serve a purpose, which is that in India right now, there is a ratio of 1:1 million, where 1 is a podiatric surgeon and 1 million people with diabetic condition. So this is a serious problem. We don't have enough podiatric surgeons to treat diabetic foot ulcers and peripheral neuropathy that happens to people with diabetes. So what we cannot solve with doctors and patients being in the same office or hospital, we want to solve by having digital podiatry clinics that are reachable to people both in the rural and urban settings.
What we call as digital podiatry clinic is an integration of multiple tests which are required for a diabetic foot evaluation. And we are happy to say that we started this pilot digital podiatry clinic at our department in February 2024.
Me and my team, we are working with the Ministry of Health, Arogya Soda here, on how to deploy it in large scale and also trying to make them aware and demonstrate the project in front of them to make them aware that this is the current situation and this is the severity of the situation and we should act on it as soon as possible.
From strawberries to apples, everything are produced in South Korea under polyhouse conditions and under precision agriculture placement. So like that, it is possible for us to produce whatever we want, wherever we want.
So in this, under the BeST cluster, as an entomologist, I chipped in and I brought in a technology wherein we could exploit the behavior of the insect.
Technology is the key to actually answering many of the questions, predicting and diagnosing crop health. So we wanted to deploy drones as a standalone platform there in terms of being able to deploy sensors in real time, like a camera and hyperspectral camera, that too, that could in some sense predict the state of plant stress and disease and also diagnose the extent of plant stress and disease, either in a local crop field or in a larger area. And so that actually would be helpful in terms of coming up with intervention solutions where we could intervene at over precise schedules.
As we've seen from various initiatives which we have taken, BeST is driving meaningful impact to the society through science and technology, thereby creating a better world. So we have been backed up by Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India, and top institute in driving solutions for some of the themes like One Health, digital health, precision agriculture, urban life and many more. As a Section 8 company with a strong foundational framework and 170 plus stakeholders and which is only growing up every day basis, we would like to build equitable and self-sustainable future for all. You are most welcome to join this mission with BeST Cluster. Thank you.